Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Is it? Who goes there? Spirits? Hello? Hello? Oh, it's only you. You had me quite worried there for a moment. I really thought there was some sort of burglar or spirit invading this house. All of this frightening has got me concerned about the amount of light I have access to me at this time of night. I can barely see a hand's width in front of me. Surely if there was a real intruder or specter of some kind, there's no way I would possibly be able to catch them. I need a larger candle, a stronger candle, like the kind they have in movies, you know? That would catch any specter. How do they get those candles so bright in movies, I wonder? They should make a YouTube video about that. Okay, so if I really want a brighter candle, I gotta do what Kubrick did, and I just simply cannot escape the twisted dark mind of Stanley Kubrick. What he does in Barry Lyndon, he lights entire scenes with only natural light or with only candlelight. And especially for the mid-70s, that was crazy. He was able to achieve a high enough exposure in part from just how bright the candles are, but he also did have a camera specifically designed and made to shoot on a lens with a low enough aperture to get that bright. Regardless, the candles that were used in Barry Lyndon, while abundant, were also not ordinary candles. The production designers also created special candles that burned brighter using 3 wicks. I have been collecting all of the required materials to make my own triple wicked candles so I could light my own scene by purely candlelight. This is actually going to be easier to achieve than Kubrick because I'm using a digital camera and I can bump the ISO up super high. If I bump the exposure up too high though, I'm gonna get a shit ton of noise and digital aberrations that just do not look good. So the goal is to try and light a scene and shoot it with only candles and it actually look not terrible. In order to achieve this, I obviously have to make my own candles. I have never made my own candles. So, hello, I'm Nick Thaman. I dressed myself today, and this is my kitchen where I'm gonna be making Stanley Kubrick's candles from Barry Lyndon. I had to go and buy all these ingredients. To start off, we have a pouring pot, taper candle molds, a thermometer, 18 feet of candle wick, plenty of wax, guides to hold the wick in place, and an oven. But that came with the apartment. Okay, so this is the mold that we're gonna be pouring the wax into. We're gonna be doing about 3 batches of candles in total. The way this works basically is this pot heats, boils the water, and then the actual wax or whatnot goes in this pot that gets heated by the boiling water. And yum, yum, yum. It needs to be somewhere between 175 and 185 degrees Fahrenheit. It's starting to melt. Oh yeah. Maybe I should stir it. Yummy. So one part of this is that I need to poke my own holes in the bottom of this to feed the wicks through because it didn't come with that. I definitely had to fight with the mold a good bit. So turns out running the wick into the mold is actually extremely tedious. But I figured that out after a lot of trial and error. I don't know how people do this for their hobbies, because this is a hobby, right? Like I bought all this stuff because candle making is a hobby. This is so much more tedious than I thought. And honestly, I have a newfound respect for production designers because this shit is really tedious and really hard. I got my triple wicks, as you can see. It's 3 lines of string going through all of them. I don't know if this is gonna be enough for these molds. And then I heated up the wax in the double boiler system. All right, we're going for it. Ooh, poured a little too fast. There is 3, and we can go one more. Overall, I pretty much did it without a hitch. Not only did we fill all 4, but we have extra. Now we wait. Welcome to day 2. It has been over 24 hours now. The candles have completely dried. And once again, I have dressed myself. We don't have a cameraman today, so instead I gave the camera to a fly that is perched onto the ceiling and is watching me from above. So here is what the candles look like now. They're hardened. There's not really much to see other than there was leakage in this mold, so they're not as tall as it could be, but they're all fully dried, 3 wicks in. Now, it is a matter of removing the candles from the mold without breaking them. I think the best way to do it is to run them under hot water for long enough to sort of get the wax melted like a tiny bit, so then it comes out of the mold easier. There's no like mechanism to pull these out, and I can't just like, it's not one of those molds that can just like peel apart. I just have to figure it out. This is what $5 at Hobby Lobby gets you, so. Okay, candle number 1. Again, this was the one that didn't quite go all the way, so it looks exactly like a tampon, which is pretty awesome. It's moving, but please don't tell me I snapped it. Oh, let's go. Oh. Candle number 2. This is crazy. This is so scary. I'm really, really afraid I'm gonna crack one of these in half. And then just like that, I had my first batch of triple wicked candles. This is a candle with 1 wick. And this is one of the new candles that I made with 3 wicks. Let's compare. Already, this candle is burning twice as bright as this one. Just look at my face. The flame is significantly bigger, which means it's working. This is how we're gonna talk to the ghost. This ghost haunts me every night. It wakes me up, it scares me. It's time we had a one-on-one confrontation with it. If this candle light ignites, then that means that there is a ghost here with us right. Okay. There's a spirit here. Are you a spirit? Do you seek harm? Why do you scare me at night? Right, yes or no questions. Okay, sorry. Can you please keep it down at night? Okay, that wasn't so hard. Wait, maybe I should ask it like what its name is or like who it's from or... Well, okay, there goes my chance to talk to a real dead person. I feel like I sort of squandered that opportunity. So, how'd it look? I think it looked really good. I lit the room with 12 candles and it totally illuminated everything. The shot I'm the most proud of is probably the wide shot with all of the candles around me. Normally the wide shot is the hardest one to make look good, and there's something about the flickering candles and just the ambiance of the whole scene that I think work really well. Every shot looked good except for a close-up that I didn't end up using. There just wasn't enough light and my face wasn't close enough to the candles to illuminate it properly, so there's a lot of grain. Even though I'm really happy with how all the shots turned out, I think they look super good. I encountered a lot of issues that I don't normally encounter because I was shooting with a lot of lit flames. That made the shooting process a little stressful, and it definitely felt like there was more of a time crunch because the candles were actively burning. In fact, you can see from the beginning to end of each take, the candles get noticeably shorter because they're burning. I didn't really spend a lot of time on each individual frame or move the candles around to relight things from different angles because, quite frankly, I was a little scared of the fire around me. So it was a little bit more run and gun than I expected, but that sort of just comes with the territory when shooting around fire. If I were to do another scene like this in the future, I would actually use more candles, both to illuminate me more and also just because I think they look really good on camera, especially when there's a bunch of them, even though it's scary. I would also have a PA or somebody else standing right off screen with just a fire extinguisher in hand, not necessarily because I think everything's gonna catch on fire, but more so just to give peace of mind to everybody around the candles. One other issue with the triple wick candles I didn't expect was the wax burned a lot faster than the wicks. So by the end of shooting, I had these candles with these like inch or two long wicks and then the wax underneath. I don't think it was like a safety hazard or anything, but it looks less aesthetically pleasing. So I think in the future I would need to make like chunkier wax candles. I don't know. Food for thought. Not the wax though. Don't eat that part. But I would say the single biggest thing I learned after doing all of this. Uh-oh. Hello? Hello? Who goes there? Who goes there, spirits? Are the spirits back once again? Oh. It's just you again. Hello. Yes. As you can see, I have used these candles and the brightness from Mr. Kubrick to keep me safe from all the spirits. But there was something I was to say before this sudden outage. Yes, that's right. I very much enjoy this experiment with the candles and with the flame. And if I were to watch a YouTube video that was about these videos, I would love to read the comment sections about any sort of other ideas or recommendations for other film effects or things of the like that people would enjoy, you know? Alas, that video has not come to be yet. Do you smell something burning?